Hello, my name is Subhendu Das and I am a mathematics teacher at Menta, and today I am going to teach you the one of the most important topic, that is the number system. आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं नंबर सिस्टम। सो नंबर सिस्टम के अंदर डीप डाइव करने से पहले आपको कुछ चीजें जानना है। तो व्हाट वी हैव टू लर्न, द फर्स्ट वन इज नेचुरल नंबर। व्हाट इज नेचुरल नंबर? Natural number that starts from 1 to infinite. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these numbers up to infinite, that is called the natural number. So natural number start कहाँ से होता है? एक से स्टार्ट होके 2, 3, 4, 5 इस तरह से इनफाइनाइट तक हम इसको नेचुरल नंबर कह सकते हैं। होल नंबर क्या होता है? अभी हमें पढ़ना है होल नंबर। व्हाट इज होल नंबर? होल नंबर that is the natural number along with zero. So all the natural number and zero makes the whole number. That means it starts from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this way up to infinite. So what is the basic difference between the whole number and the natural number? The whole number starts from 1, but the the natural number starts from 1 and whole number starts from 0. So if we add 0 with the natural number, it becomes the whole number. Okay, so we can say this, that whole number is actually what? Whole number is actually natural number and 0. That makes the whole number. Now how we can write the natural number? We will denote natural number as n. n से हम नेचुरल नंबर को डिनोट करते हैं। अभी होल नंबर को किससे डिनोट करेंगे? होल नंबर को w से डिनोट करेंगे। वी विल डिनोट होल नंबर एज w. Okay, now we will read about the integers. So what is the integers? Integers मतलब है पूर्णांक। मतलब इसके अंदर क्या क्या आ सकता है? All natural numbers, zero, and all negative of natural numbers. मतलब इसके अंदर क्या क्या हो सकता है? इसके अंदर ये हो सकता है कि आप ये बोल सकते हो कि ऑल द नेचुरल नंबर्स, यानी 1, 2, 3, 4 से जो पॉजिटिव नंबर है सब, उसके साथ जीरो, और जितना भी नेगेटिव नंबर्स है वो सब कुछ। तो इंटीजर्स को हम किससे डिनोट करेंगे? जेड से डिनोट करेंगे। ठीक है, जेड से हम दिखाएंगे कि ये आपको इंटीजर्स। ठीक है, इसके अंदर क्या क्या रहेगा? सो यहाँ से इनफाइनाइट से स्टार्ट होता है, ये कितने तक जाएगा? इनफाइनाइट से ये -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, फिर पॉजिटिव नंबर्स 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 इस तरह से अनंत तक ये जाएगा अप टू इनफाइनाइट। इसको हम कहेंगे इंटीजर्स। तो हमने क्या चीजें देखा सीखा? हमने सीखा कि नेचुरल नंबर्स, व्हाट इज द नेचुरल नंबर? स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 1 to infinite. All the positive numbers comes the natural number. And what is the whole number? If we add 0 with the natural number, that means it starts from 0 to infinite. So that is called the whole number. Now what is the integers? Integers is the all the positive numbers, that means all the natural numbers, 0, and all the natural numbers that has positive, but we have to take the negative natural numbers as well. That means the natural number and the negative of the natural number that comes to this. So that means पॉजिटिव नंबर आपको लेना है, नेगेटिव नंबर सबको लेना है और जीरो लेना है। ये सब कुछ आ जाता है इंटीजर्स के अंदर। तो इसको हम क्या करेंगे? अभी इंटीजर्स को हम नंबर लाइन पे इसको प्रेजेंट करेंगे। ठीक है, तो रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ इंटीजर्स ऑन द नंबर लाइन, यानी नंबर लाइन में हम इंटीजर्स को पुट करेंगे। सो नंबर लाइन क्या होता है? एक स्ट्रेट लाइन होता है जिसको हम नंबर लाइन कहेंगे, और सभी नंबर्स को यानी इंटीजर्स को यहाँ पे पुट करेंगे। तो ये बीच में क्या होगा, 0 होगा। दाएं साइड में जो होगा इसको हम कहेंगे ये y एक्सिस होगा, और ये x हम से एक से डिनोट करेंगे, ठीक है। तो लेफ्ट साइड में जो भी होगा वो आपका नेगेटिव नंबर्स होगा, बीच में 0 होगा, और दाएं तरफ से जो भी होगा यानी राइट साइड में होगा वो है पॉजिटिव नंबर। सो इन द लेफ्ट साइड वी फाइंड द नेगेटिव नंबर्स, दैट मीन्स इट विल बी -1, that -2, -3, -4, -5 up to infinite. Positive numbers starts from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then up to infinite. So all this number that we can represent in the number line, that is the integer set. Okay. Now we need to know about the most important thing, that is the rational number. What is the rational number? So the rational number, we can write the rational number in this form P by Q. Now what is P and what is Q? P and Q, that are the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so P is the numerator and Q is the denominator. Okay, and there is a main condition, Q never equals to 0. Okay, so Q can not be 0. So 0 नहीं हो सकता Q, ठीक है। तो हम रैशनल नंबर को कैसे डिनोट करेंगे? रैशनल नंबर को हम इस तरह से कैपिटल Q से भी डिनोट करेंगे। अगर कैपिटल Q से डिनोट करेंगे तो ये P बटा में Q, इसको हम इस तरह से डिनोट कर सकते हैं। मतलब ये नीचे वाले जो डिनोमिनेटर है वो 0 नहीं होगा, मगर आपके पास डिनोमिनेटर होगा और न्यूमरेटर होगा। इस फॉर्म में आप देख सकते हो, तो ये हो जाएगा। ओके, तो आप ये बोल सकते हो सर अगर आप 5 को देखेंगे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू फाइंड 5, is it rational number? Yes, but according to you, sir, you have told me that there should be a denominator, but for where is the denominator? Yes, the denominator is in hidden form, so that means it is actually 5 divided by 1. So what is the P here? 5 is P and 1 is Q. Okay, so all the integers you can write in the form of rational numbers. Okay, so if I will write 0, what is 0? 0 is also rational number, because in the 0 you can find the denominator or the Q, that is 1, and the condition, that is Q never be equals to 0. Q 0 नहीं हो सकता है। तो ये बन गया सभी रैशनल नंबर। सो रैशनल नंबर बनने के लिए पहले दो चीज आपको याद क्या रखना है, ये P बटा में Q की फॉर्म में होगा, और जहां पे Q कभी भी 0 नहीं हो सकता, ठीक है। ये आ गया रैशनल नंबर्स। कुछ एग्जांपल्स हम देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पर 5 है एग्जांपल, 0 है एग्जांपल, और एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं 3 बटा में 5। इस तरह की जो भी है वो आपको एग्जांपल की तरफ से आप ले सकते हो, ठीक है। अभी हम क्या पढ़ेंगे, we learn about the equivalent rational number. What is equivalent rational number? So the rational number that has the equal value. Okay, let's check what are there. Okay, for example I can write 1 by 2, and you know that it is a rational number because it is in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equals to 0. Okay, so equivalent value, that means the value should be equal, and here it is in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equals to 0. So what is the equivalent value? For example, if we take 1 by 2, if we multiply the numerator with 2 and the denominator with 2, so what it will become? 2 by 4. Okay, so that means when the numerator and the denominator you multiplied or divide with any number, the same number, that will be called the equivalent rational number. Okay, so for example 1 by 2, if we multiply 2 numerator and the denominator with the same number, it becomes 2 by 4. If we multiply 3 with the numerator and 3 with the denominator, you will get 3 by 6. Now if we multiply 4 with the numerator and 4 with the denominator, it will be 4 by 8. So all these numbers are the equivalent rational number, because it is in the value is equal, but it look like different, but the value is equal. Okay, so always keep in mind, when the numerator and the denominator you divide or multiply with the same number, it becomes the equivalent rational numbers. Now we will read about the simplest form of rational number. Okay, so what is the simplest form of rational number? Okay, so here the rational number means it should be in the form of p by q. Okay, and where q is not equals to 0, we know this. But what the difference between the simplest form? So in the simplest form, if p and q, that means numerator and the denominator, having no common factor, having no common factor, that is called the simplest form of rational number. Okay, for example, we write 1 by 2. Is there any common factor between what is p here 1, q is 2? Is there any common factor? No. So that means it is the simplest form. But if we write 4 by 8, yes, there is a common factor, because we know that 4 is divisible by 4 and 8 is also divisible by 4. So that means there is a common factor. So you have to find in this way that where p and q has no common factor, that means you have to divide or you have to make it simple. So 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So actually 1 by 2. Now we can say p is 1, q is 2. There is no common factor. Okay. Now if I give you two examples, for the first example, write 4 rational numbers equivalent to 4 by 7. So first we need to check it is a rational number. Yes, because here numerator or p is 4, denominator or q is 7, and where q is not equals to 0. As we know, 7 is not equals to 0. So it is a rational number. Now you have to find the equivalent rational number. So first multiply with 2 with the numerator and the denominator. So 4 multiply 2 divide by 7 multiply 2. Yes, and you know that you have to multiply the same number with the numerator and the denominator. So here if you multiply 3 with the 4 and 3 with the 7, you'll get the same value. Now 4, if you multiply 4 with the numerator and 4 with the denominator, you will get the same value. Okay, that means equivalent. Okay, now numerator multiply with 5 and denominator is also multiply with 5. Now let's check. 4 by 7 is equals to 8 by 14, 12 by 21, 16 by 28, and 20 by 35. So all these numbers are the equivalent. So we can say 4 by 7, 8 by 14, 12 by 21, 16 by 28, and 20 by 35. All these numbers are the equivalent. That is the equivalent. Okay. Similarly, we can use the division for doing this. Okay. Now we will represent the rational number as well in the number line. Okay. हम अभी रैशनल नंबर्स को भी नंबर लाइन में ड्रॉ करेंगे। तो इसके लिए पहले आपको नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ करना है। पहले आप नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ कर लीजिए। दिस शुड बी द नंबर लाइन, दिस इज y and this is x, and the middle point it will be 0. Okay, so for example, I'm starting to do this. It will denote as O as well. Okay, so this is the point. So I'm taking 1 by 2. Okay, the gap is, it is A, so here the gap should be equal. So OA, if it is B, so OA and OB should be equal. Here if it is C and OA and AB should be equal. Okay, so OA, AB and BC, all these gaps should be equal. That should be 1 unit here. Okay, so I'm taking 1 by 2, then I'm taking 2 by 2, then 3 by 2, in this way 4 by 2 you can take. And here in the left hand side we know that is a negative values, so minus 1 by 2, and that should be minus 2 by 2, and then minus 3 by 2, and then in this way it is continuous. So it is the number line, and we can represent the rational numbers in the number line as well. Okay, so now if it is asking the gap is 1 by 3, how we can put this? So it will be 1 by 3, then it is 2 by 3, 3 by 3, 4 by 3. In this way it is continuous. Okay, so now we will do a question. So first question, that is represent the mixed fraction 2 whole 3 by 8 in number line. Okay, but how we can draw this? Okay, first you need to draw the number line. So this is y and this is x, and this should be 0, and what is the number? That is O. Now you have to represent 2 whole 3 by 8. So what is 2 whole 3 by 8? Now first you need to take OA. Okay, O is the center, so OA take 1 unit. Okay, and take another, that is B. So AB is 1 unit, so we can say OB, that is 1 unit, that is 1 unit, so 1 and 1, that means 2 unit. Okay, now what is given here? 2 whole 3 by 8. That means it is 2. How we can write? 2 plus 3 by 8. So that means it is already 2 plus 3 by 8. So 3 by 8 means, what is 3 by 8? Now this value is 1, this value is 2, and this value is 3. But you have to find 3 out of 8. So that means you have to divide into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 parts we divide into. Okay, so now you have to take out of 8 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. So that should be the point C. That is the point C. And what is the value of this? 2 and 3 by 8. That is 2 whole 3 by 8. So this is the point, that is OC is equals to 2 whole 3 by 8. Now we can represent this in this way. Okay, now I am taking another. So represent minus 1 whole 5 by 7 in the number line. So it is a negative. So first we have to draw the number line, that is y, that will be x, and the middle point, that will be 0, and it is denoted as O. Now we have to find the minus 1 and 5 by 7. That means it is minus 1, that is minus 1, it is minus 2. Okay, so if it is A, so OA is minus 1. Now what is we need to find here? Minus 1 and 5 by 7. That means minus 1 is up to this. Now you have to divide this B point into 2 parts. Into 7 parts, because there is 7. So out of 7 you need to find 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of 7 you have to find the fifth part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the point. that is, we'll denote it as B. So what is the distance of OB? Is -1 and 5/7. So this is the point 1 2 3 4 5. That is the point here. Okay, and we can use the arrow sign to identify. Here you can use the arrow sign. That means this one is 2 whole 3/8 positive, and it is negative 1 whole 5/7. That means 1 is the integer and 5/7 is in fraction. So you have to divide this into 7 parts, and you have to take up to 5. You have to go up to 5. So out of 7 it is 5. So this is the point, that is -1 whole 5/7. So we can represent this in the number line. So the negative numbers, it will be on the negative side, that means left hand side, and positive numbers, it will be on the right hand side. Okay, now another question I'm giving here: represent 8/5, okay, in the number line. How we can find this? Very easy. First you have to draw the number line. That is y, that will be x, and that will be 0, or we can denote it as o. Now what is 8/5? 8/5 means it is actually improper fraction, right? So you have to convert into mixed fraction. So if you do this, 5 1s are 5, 3 is the remainder. So that means we can write 8/5 as 1 whole 3/5. Okay, now 1 whole 3/5 means we know 1 plus 3/5. So it is positive. So you have to go there. That is 1 plus 1. So it is A. Now you have to go another 3 part out of 5. So now if it is B, you have to find, you have to divide it into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have to reach to 3 part. 1 2 3. So that means this point should be OB, where we can find that OA is equals to 1 unit and OB is equals to 1 whole 3/5. So that is the point that represent 8/5. Next question: represent -11/7 on the number line. कैसे हम कर सकते हैं इसे? इसके लिए पहले आपको नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ कर लेना है, जो हम कर रहे हैं। तो पहले नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ करना है। ये नंबर लाइन आपका हो गया। यहाँ पर y रहेगा, यहाँ पे x रहेगा, बीच में क्या रहेगा? o और 0 जिसका वैल्यू। अभी आपको क्या करना है? ये देखना है ये नेगेटिव है तो बाएं तरफ होगा, लेफ्ट साइड में होगा। और दूसरा क्या है? इट इज इन improper fraction. So first you have to convert into mixed fraction. So 7 11 divided by 7, 7 1s are 7, 4 is the remainder. So -11/7, that is -1 whole 4/7. So that means it will be negative side. So here this is -1 and this point is A. Now you have to go another 4 parts out of 7. Now if it is B, so you have to divide into, or you can take it as C, no problem. So if it is B, okay, you have to divide this B into 7 parts: 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and you have to go to 4. 1 2 3 4. So this point should be C point. Okay, so here OA is 1 unit, okay, but negative, and नेगेटिव कर सकते हो इसे। और फिर OC क्या हो जाएगा? ये हो जाएगा -1 whole 4/7, और वी कैन से इट इज -11/7. Okay, so now we can represent any positive, any negative values in the number line. If it is the fraction, or it is in the Purnak. Okay. Next, if it is asking, so next we will read about the finding rational number. So now we can find any rational number, any integers, the number line, that is clear. Okay. Now we will read finding rational numbers between two rational numbers. That means you have to find the middle value of it. Okay, how we can find this? That is very easy. For example, first one I am doing this, find the rational number between find a rational number, you can write find a rational number between 1 by 3 and 1 by 2. So you have to find a rational number between 1 by 3 and 1 by 2. Here in this kind of question, there is two numbers that is given. The first one, you have to assume that it is x, and the second one, that is y. Okay, and you have to check which one is the bigger. Okay, so x should be bigger than y. That means first number should be bigger than the second one. Now you have to find the middle value. How we can find? Just take it the average. We know the average. How to find the average? Average means the sum of the numbers. So that means here x plus y and divide by 2, or we can say it is half multiply the first number plus the second rational number. Okay, so here in this question x is 1 by 3 and y is 1 by 2. How we can find a rational number between this? Very easy, just put the value. So half multiply x plus y. X is 1 by 3, y is, so you can write this the rational number between x and y. You can write this as well, rational number between x and y. Okay, so here the formula is half multiply x plus y. X is 1 by 3, y is 1 by 2. Okay, so what is the formula? Formula is half multiply x plus y. Now we are just putting this the values. So half multiply, here if you add this, 5 will be the LCM, sorry, 6 will be the LCM. 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6. So here half multiply 5 by 6, so it will be 5 by 12. So 5 by 12 is a rational number that lie between 1 by 3 and 1 by 2. Okay, now if it is given another number, that is one is, in this question both are positive. Now if it is given that one number is negative and one number is positive, that means find the rational number between 2 by 3 and minus 3 by 4. So in this question, what is x? As we know that the x will be greater than y. So let take x as 2 by 3 and y as minus 3 by 4, where x is greater than y. Now you have to find the rational numbers. Find a rational number between 2 by 3 and minus 3 by 4. How we can do this? Very easy. Just put the value, that is half into x plus y. Now what is here? Values are half x is 2 by 3, y is minus 3 by 4. Okay, so now the value it will be half into 2 by 3 and प्लस इंटू माइनस इट विल बी माइनस 3 by 4 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे। तो यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा, हाफ मल्टीप्लाई 12 8 minus 9 by 12. So it will be 1 by 2 multiply minus 1 by 12. So that means it will be minus 1 by 24. So minus 1 by 24 is a rational number that lies between 2 by 3 and minus 3 by 4. Okay. So in this today's session, we learn about the natural number, and we will denote natural number as n. Then the whole number is actually natural number and 0, and we will denote whole number as w. Now what is the integer? All the negative numbers, all the positive numbers and 0 that comes called integer, we will denote it as z. Now the represent the number line in the, okay, all the integers we put in the number line, the positive in the right hand side, negatives are the left hand side. Now we'll read about the rational number. Rational number is always in the form of numerator divided by denominator, that is p by q, where the denominator or q not equals to 0. Now equivalent rational number, we learn that the value is equal when the numerator and the denominator, that means p and q, are multiplying or dividing by the same number, you will get the same value, that is called the equivalent rational numbers. Now after this we represent the rational numbers in the number line, then we represent the mixed fraction numbers in the number line, and then all the negative and the positive rational numbers we can put in the number line. Then we learn about how to find the rational numbers between two rational numbers. Okay, then we learn if it is positive, two positive numbers, and you have to find the rational number between these two. And then we learn if one is negative, one is positive, then you have to find the how to find this rational number between these positive and negative numbers. So we learned today all these things. So I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you for joining the class. Now, thank you. Goodbye.